All right, Warrior fans, Lady Cherokee fans, welcome out to another episode of the Coach Shelby Chapa Weekly Podcast. This is the podcast where we talk TM Lady Cherokees volleyball. It's usually scheduled for Wednesdays, but Coach had some things come up. They're very busy this week, so we had to reschedule for today, same time, just a different day, Thursday instead of Wednesday. Next week, we'll be back on Wednesday. But we're live on our GT Sports Network, and on the screen, I have the head coach who leads the Lady Cherokees, and that's Shelby Chapa. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing good. We are doing great. It's a busy week here, homecoming week. So we got all the things going on this week. So it's a fun week. It's always fun to have all the different things to add some hype to your weekly game.
Yes, Coach. I talked to Coach Viriel on his show yesterday, and he was and telling me all of the stuff that TM does. It's a big thing out there. Homecoming week, they have something every week, and he was telling me all of the things that they do that leads up to the game. And I
Uh-huh.
thought, wow. So I've seen some schools that have things throughout the week, but not like TM. So
Yeah.
it's really great for the kids, obviously, but for the community and the businesses to
Hmm.
really get involved all week,
Oh yeah.
hyping it up for the games. And so that's really good. Coach, so let's jump right in
Hmm.
to the recaps. Of course, the first thing I want to do is congratulate you. We started district play there.
Yeah.
The TM Lady Cherokees, they are 2-0 in district, taking a win over Robstown and Zapata. If you viewed the podcast, and we had quite a few views on our last podcast, we broke over the 1,000 mark, which is really good. Tells me a lot of people were able to hear your
Hmm.
interview, talk about your program, and Bella's interview. But Bella said, we play our game, we should take the W, and you
Yeah.
did. Let's break the Robstown one first here, Coach, because it was really impressive. You guys
Hmm.
really take Robstown 3-0, set 1, 25-12 TM, set 2, 25-9 TM, and then set 3, 25-2. So there was total domination there by the Lady Cherokees. And then the stats that came that when I was looking at the stats, number 5,
Hmm.
Bella Garcia, she's been consistent, 25 kills. My
Hmm.
goodness, she's only a
Yeah.
junior.
Yeah. That
Uh,
was her season best that Friday game. Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and she said she's still working on perfection in
Yeah.
her game. Wow, this is amazing that she still hasn't hit her peak yet, and with these numbers that you consistently see. Number
Hmm.
14, the sophomore, I believe Haley McLaughlin, also
Hmm.
9 kills, and then the freshman, number 15, Chloe Kimpton, which we're going to talk about more here, 7 kills. Number 6, Lainey Sosa with 12 digs. So a lot of people getting involved in this game. Coach, just kind of talk about that game and these ladies and their performance, what you saw from them.
Yeah, I mean the games like these, when when the margin that we're winning by is so large, it gives us a really good opportunity to like really showcase our full team. A lot of times, when we're in high intensity games, like every team, they put the ball to their go-to, and our go-to is Bella pretty consistently, but to be able to, get some other people the ball offensively and then really showcase what they bring to a match and get them some confidence on the court. We've played up to this point, like 28 games. So the girls are really starting to come into their own. We're seeing like Chloe have really great numbers that night, and she's young, she's a freshman, and it's taken her just a little bit of time to really get really aggressive, and she's kind of like finally coming out of her shell, which is really awesome. And then defensively. Our libero Lainey, she's playing great volleyball right now, and so really just to get to see collectively like the team effort was really awesome.
Yeah, and so we wanted to start out on when everything that we've been talking
Hmm.
about, as we started this podcast, was everything was gearing up towards district, right? That's what we
Hmm.
have been working
Hmm.
towards. And you were talking about conversations that you're having with the girls.
Hmm.
We took some tough losses. I know
Yeah.
people look at that record and say, wow,
Yeah.
TM's lost this many games. Not accustomed to seeing that many losses
Yeah.
on the TM volleyball. But you said this is something that is going to help us. We're a
Oh, for
little
sure.
young this year. And so the first 2 district games, we definitely saw the girls very well prepared and focused
Hmm.
for Robstown. And then they have to travel. You traveled pretty far. The next game, you
Yeah.
guys had to travel to Zapata. It's quite a drive, but the Lady Cherokees again take the win
Hmm.
3-0 in that game. Set 1, 25-9 TM, set 2, 25-20 TM, 25-10. So
Hmm.
total domination again by the Lady Cherokees. And they're looking at the stats,
Hmm.
19 kills from our number 5 star Bella Garcia, a sophomore, number 13 Kelly Box, had
Hmm.
7 kills. You said that I had 6 blocks, but you said it was something like 3 and 3.
Yeah, she had 3 solo blocks and then 3 assist blocks. So she totaled 4.5 blocks.
4.5 blocks.
Yeah.
That's awesome. She's a sophomore.
Yeah.
Number 9, Michaela Salinas, 7 digs. And then, of course, Lainey Sosa, again, 13 digs. So, again, you're seeing performances
Hmm.
by these ladies. Bella, obviously, consistently is the
Hmm.
go-to person. We know that. I think every team that plays TM knows that
Yeah.
by now.
Yeah.
But you're
Oh yeah,
seeing, again, a lot of these younger girls.
for sure.
Talk a little bit about the game against Zapata and what you saw from the Lady Cherokees.
I think that again, we saw a lot of really games like this give us a lot of. We tried a lot of different lineups. So going into playing Cal Allen again, still like really just not being okay with not our puzzle not being 100% complete. Like really trying to make those shifts to get people different in to find the best mix of people, or even just to really like give everybody an opportunity. So that way, in the heat of the moment, if somebody has to go in that they've been there, they've played. So we played, we hadn't traveled. This was only our like second or third away game. So we were kind of like, what do we do in an away game? We're not playing at home. So it was good to kind of get in that environment. Going down south always gives us, the officials tend to be different than the officials that we have here. And there's just a lot of different variables. So to go in and be able to play consistent volleyball and, get everybody get an opportunity to get different looks and get to play maybe some different positions and see different things was really good for us, especially going into tomorrow's big match.
Yes, and we're going to get Coach's thoughts on that. Something that I've been hyped up. I wish I could go to that game, Coach, but
I
I
know.
have to be traveling over to Bernie for a football game tomorrow. I'll be leaving this area, Rockport, around 1 o'clock. But
Hmm.
I will make the next one. It'll be in
Yeah.
Cal Allen. I have to go
Yeah.
down there, but I got to be a part of that. There's no
Yeah.
way that I cannot be
Yeah.
a part of that.
And you'll
So
get it like when you go to that game, it'll be a true environment. Fridays are always, hit or miss when we play Cal Allen on a Friday because, it's so torn between football, volleyball, but Tuesday night volleyball matches at Cal Allen is always a fun one.
that's the place to be, right? That's where
Yeah.
everybody's going to go. And I think, Coach, that not even if you're not from Cal Allen or TM, right? Like if you don't live in those communities, but you're around there, they're
Oh
going to
yeah.
go because
Oh yeah.
everybody in that side knows
It's a game
the
to go to. Like if you have
yeah.
a bye, there'll be a lot of girls there, that they just come and watch because they know the hype. Everybody knows the hype, in it. So it's fun.
Yeah. So and what a great environment, right, for the coaches to be there. I mean, I
Oh
think
yeah.
it's good for volleyball. I know
It
it's
really is.
anxiety for coaches and players.
Yeah.
Bella talked, I think, or Melanie talked about Channel 6 being out there, and
Uh-huh.
but there's a lot of pressure on them before fans. My God, that is exactly what you want to see in volleyball. So that's great, Coach. I do want to talk to you a little bit about going into this game. I always
Hmm.
want to ask just if there's any major injuries. I know there's some knickknacks here, but is there
Yeah.
anybody on the team that's out right now on varsity that won't be playing?
Yeah, actually, so Melanie, she hurt her hamstring in the Beeville match, and we've been
Oh
kind of
no.
nursing that back. So she went and got it looked out. It's not anything super serious, but something that she won't be able to be in that match tomorrow. So definitely these past 2 games, coming off of playing Beeville and then going into district. Again, like I said, like getting to get different people in the mix, running a 5-1, running a 6-2, having to bring up a JV setter to help run the offense, and just trying different things to go into this match. So it's really unfortunate because she is a huge piece of our running our offense. Her and Michaela Salinas do a great job. So she'll definitely be missed, but it's something that it's just another roadblock, and we've got to show up and do our job.
Yeah, definitely a loss. Sad to hear
Hmm.
that, Coach,
Yeah.
because I've had her interview. I know how important she
Uh-huh.
is.
She is.
But
Yes,
you've got
very.
some of these younger players
Oh
playing
yeah.
good, and now they have an opportunity
Hmm.
in a big game to show what they can do. So, like you said, it's it's always the next man up, but in this case, it's the
Hmm.
next lady up. And so,
Hmm.
sad to hear that, but also glad to hear that it's nothing long term, and that Melanie will be back with us
Hmm.
here
Oh
real
yeah.
soon. Let's talk about before we get to the other levels. I always have coach talk a little bit about a player. She selects a player. I never know who that player is. But can you talk about a certain player you want to pick, some underclassman or a senior that's coming back, and
Mhm.
just what they've meant to the team this year?
Yeah, we have, Kelly Box. She's number 13 on our roster. She's like our little Gumby. She is like 6 foot 6'2". Um, she's
Wow.
fun to watch. When she connects with that ball, she's sometimes putting that ball inside the 10-foot line. So she's definitely a huge offensive option for us. You talked about her against, um, Zapata having 3 solo blocks and 3 assist blocks. So she's our person at the net that really is really versatile. Like, she brings a lot of times you don't hear about the front row people playing defense, but the block is such a huge part of defense. And she does a really good job blocking wise, getting a lot of touches. She's worked really hard this year to work on that. And she's leading right now, leading our team in solo block and assist block. So it's she's fun to watch. She is very versatile. I tell her, Kelly, stay on the right side of this rotation. She does it. Stay in the middle. She does it. She can stay on the outside. She does it. So she's a huge option for us offensively to get to kind of, throw around in any of those positions up in the front row, and really a huge blocking option for us. So that's just something that's awesome to have on the front row to take the heat off of some of those hits coming from the other side, and slow it down or stop it before it crosses the net. And so she's playing really great volleyball right now, and I'm definitely glad that we have her for the next 2 years too. She's a sophomore this year, so it'll be fun to continue with her these next couple years.
And you see the stats, right? And they're still so very young.
Oh
You
yeah,
see them at
very very
six
young.
foot. Yeah, no one knows you're 6 foot, and you think she's been playing for a long time. If you're not listening to the podcast and you're not breaking these players down for us and letting us know, you go down and you see, wow, she's 6 foot. You see these because when you go to volleyball, the first thing you're looking for is size, right? Like
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
height. Like, well, who's the
Yeah,
okay?
she
Well,
definitely
man,
stands out in a
yeah,
room.
yeah.
Yeah,
You see the 6 foot two, and you're like, okay, that's the one I gotta watch.
yeah.
But they're sophomore. She's a sophomore. Haley's a sophomore. They're doing
Uh-huh.
big things. And
They
so
are.
it's just
Yeah.
amazing. And that's when I talk, coach, like TM just consistently every
Hmm.
year, they have just girls and talent that just come up, they
We do. Yeah.
graduate, and you've got somebody else, 2, 3 coming right up that can fill in that
Yep.
slot. That's
Yep.
just amazing to me. And TM, the amount of talent that TM consistently has
Hmm.
every year. Because you're graduating a lot of good players, and yet
Yeah.
we're in contention every year. So that's always good to hear, and give coach an opportunity to talk about the younger players that we're going to see here for the next 2 years or so. Coach, let's get into the other levels
Hmm.
of volleyball. What are we doing at the lower the sub varsity levels and our middle school?
Yeah, our middle school girls, they're doing great. They're in a really good district that's right on level for them. They have Ingleside, they have Beeville, they have Sinton, they have Kingsville in their district. So they're playing great volleyball across the board. We're really just, looking to just continue to build and find those athletes, retain the athletes, have good numbers throughout. Our sub varsity right now, we're a little rocky, but we're really young on our sub varsity level. My JV gold, they're comprised of, again, a lot of sophomores and a lot of freshmen. So really just, and it's hard because I know they're not that they're not doing the greatest, they're just not winning a lot of matches, but they're just really young. When you think about a lot of JVs, they're filled with sometimes a lot of juniors and sophomores. So these kids are coming from playing eighth grade volleyball to playing, right in that next level, like, not varsity, but still that jump from eighth grade to JV is a big jump. So they're just really working to learn. They're coming together. They're learning. They're winning. They're going to three a lot of matches, which shows me that they're right there. They're on par. They're just, some of the experience is where they're struggling, and they're learning to overcome that. So I think across the board they're doing well. They're doing a lot of really good things that I can tell. From when we started to where we are now, that they're definitely getting better. So their wins and losses may not reflect that, but across the board, you can see the growth in them individually as players. So we're excited. They still have a lot of volleyball left in them too. So we're excited for them to continue to finish out their district play, and keep going.
And it is tough because you were playing eighth grade last year. Now you're in
Yeah,
JV.
Oh
So the
yeah, it's
speed of the
such
game,
a
yeah,
big difference. And the middle school level to high school level is so huge. And to be an eighth grader, to be a 14-year-old playing against, 16, 17 year
16,
olds,
yeah, yeah.
it's very, very different. So these girls are handling it. And I'm proud of them, win or loss, I'm proud of them for, how they handle it and how they're learning from it.
And that's the thing. The record at that level, of course, you want to win, but it's about the
Hmm.
growth. It's about the
Growth for
coaches
sure.
seeing them getting better,
Absolutely.
and obviously, and look, they're gonna get better. TM's program is always good. It's been like that
Yeah.
since I think before you
Oh yeah.
graduated, so the standard that's out there at Toloso Midway. I'm starting to learn the standard that you guys
Hmm.
have out there in volleyball, so that's great. So, Coach, now we get to the thing everybody wants to hear from you, right? And coming up tomorrow, it's that Cal Allen game. It's
Yeah.
something that we've been hyped up. It's a big game. It's going to be there at TM. So
Hmm.
TM's got a football game later that day. Their homecoming, so you can get to the game. The game,
Yeah.
coach. I have it slated here for 5 o'clock. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
it's
We
the
start at 5 o'clock.
there you go. So the game, the football game, I talked to Coach. We starts at 7:30. So you
Yes.
got plenty of
Oh
time
yeah.
to catch both, right? So there's no reason why that gym at TM should not be
For sure.
packed. So go down there, catch a very good volleyball, and I guarantee it's probably going to go to all matches, 5 matches with these two teams. But you have plenty of time if it does go to just
Hmm.
jump over to the
Yep.
football field. But definitely, Coach Cal Allen coming into town. Everybody knows. I'm sure the community
Hmm.
TM is waiting. um, what can you tell us about Cal Allen? I know you've scouted them probably for quite
Hmm.
some time now. What do they have coming in? I know their record is pretty good. I'm not sure exactly
Hmm.
what it is. And what does your team need to do to and kind of like what do you feel are some of the things that we have to do well to
Hmm.
take this game over Cal Allen?
I mean, Cal Allen is always they're always great. They have a great coach. They have a great coaching staff. They come from a long tradition of success. Going back to the Coach Cardona days. The Cal Allen has just always been really solid in volleyball. So we always know it's going to be a really great match coming in. They have really great offensive options. They have a pretty stacked offense from their pin hitters to their middles. They have great setters running their offense. So they switch between a 5-1 and a 6-2 periodically, and they do a great job. They're young as well. They have some young kids on their team, and then they have some older leadership, where they may just have a few more varsity players than us who have had longevity on varsity. We have a large roster, but I have a lot of new kids to varsity where they have a lot of kids who have been on varsity for quite a while. So I'm really just looking for the girls to. I think Bella said it, Mel said it, my girls have said it. A lot of people are expecting it. We're the underdogs, we're in a rebuilding year. We're kind of growing. We have a lot of newness in our team, so I think that's a place where we want to be. I think going in being the underdog kind of lets you play a little bit more relaxed game. You don't have these like, oh, you're expected to win type of thing. You're whatever your record is, and you've won this many games. I think coming in and kind of having a pretty even, not even, I mean, we're 18 and 10, but taking some tough losses, I think it kind of not lowers it just gives us a little bit of relaxation. Like, hey, we are the underdogs. That's okay to be the underdogs. We have absolutely nothing to lose. Like, let's go out there and compete. So it kind of
Mhm.
takes the pressure off. So I think if the girls, they just play, I think we've really been working too in those tough matches. I think it just comes down to like a little bit of grit and like who wants it more.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't think our girls want it more. I think we're just in some areas getting out hustled, and I think that just comes with experience. We have some teams that have a little bit more maturity. And you see that, in those tougher, high intense matches. So I think really going in, if, these girls, it's just a match they always look forward to. So I think that adds some hype in it. So I think if we come out and, our nerves are just like, just treat it like, I think Bella said, it's any other match. They're just the same. They're an opponent on the other side. And we just got to play our game. And I think that really is, what we have to do going into. I think that's kind of been the talk, is just play our game, go out there and have fun and compete at the level that we know how to. And then it's going to be a great match if we do that.
It is going to be a great match. And, I talk to other coaches, we do other podcasts, other schools, we do volleyball. And what's amazing to me is when I have conversations with them, every time they compare, and it's happened about 2, 3 times where when they compare a good school, when they're talking and they're comparing, and when they compare a good school, TM is always coming out of that
Hmm.
coach's mouth. It's always
Hmm.
they will look at TM, we'll look at what TM
Hmm.
does. So even like you're saying, it's a rebuilding and it's an
Yeah.
you're the underdogs going in this game. A lot of people that follow volleyball never looks at TM
Yeah.
as the underdog. The expectation is always that they're going to win no matter what. And
Yeah.
when you guys lose, people get
Yeah.
shocked. They're like, "What? They
Yeah.
lost two in a row? Like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about?" So
And
the
it's hard on our end
expectation.
too. I think, because the expectation is we do, we have a lot of success, but my goal is to have a really tough preseason. So that way going into this match, we've been through all of these scenarios. We've
Mhm.
been, up two sets, lost in five. We've, come out, won the first set, lost in four, really just having just different variables and different experiences to look back on, to give these kids who don't have that, like a Bella or a Mel, who have years of varsity experience, because 3 years on varsity is definitely different than 1 year on varsity. Being 17 playing varsity level volleyball is way different than being 14 and playing. So there's a lot of added pressure to those younger kids because they do know those standards and expectations, and they don't want to let these older kids down. So I think if they just go out there and compete, I think we're going to see, a great match. And that's what, we've kind of been just talking about, like, play our game, relax and have fun, and treat it like any other opponent on the other side of the net.
That's what I told Bella. Don't worry about us. That's our job. We hype it up,
Mhm.
and anytime we
Mhm.
can put a posting, that's what we do. So if they read it, if they're reading the post, we hype it up. But you're right. For you
Yeah.
guys, it's just another game that
Yeah.
you go out there and play like you played any other match. It is Cal Allen, but I think the
Mhm.
girls understand the hype and the
Oh
communities.
yeah,
Everybody wants to win, which I think is good for volleyball. But it's going
it
to be
is.
another good one. It's always a good one between Cal Allen and TM. Coach, I'd have to ask you, and I don't know if you know this,
Mhm.
but what's the series? I mean, how many years have you guys gone? What do you have any idea where
I
you
mean, it's
stand?
been it's been back and forth. I mean, I think, back when I was in high school, Cal Allen was kind of on top, and then, back when I got into when I graduated around 2015, through, when we went on our state run, it was us, and then, it was back to them and back to us. So the past 2 years, they beat us both times. So we're hungry. We're looking for, a win to come out and, get that title back and get that, that's always a match, we look for in every sport, football, baseball, softball, basketball. It's the one that we always look forward to. This community looks forward to. And I think it really just showcases our area here in the, kind of Annabelle area. It really showcases the level of athleticism here. A lot of times we see the bigger, 5A schools and CCISD, and they produce a lot of great athletes, but it really just showcases the level of play here, in our area, and how great the athletes are from both communities, from the Cal Allen community and from the Tulsa Midway community. There's a ton of really great athletic kids, so it's always fun to get together and showcase that and see kind of who's the upper man in that year.
Definitely, definitely. Looking forward to the game, coach. Forward to the game. And then on Tuesday, and both of these next two games are at home. So you
Hmm.
can come out and definitely support the Lady Cherokees volleyball. It's HSE Harmony School of
Uh-huh.
Excellence. And you and I talked earlier. I don't know anything about them. What do you know, if anything, about this school?
They're very similar to Zapata, and anybody from that area. They're just those games where, like, you have to really work to terminate the ball. They're really defense heavy team, where they're really scrappy. They may only have like one blocker across the front, so you got to work a little bit harder, offensively, because, you're playing defense against five people and you're trying to put the ball away. So they cover a lot of court. They're really scrappy. So it'll be a fun match to come into, and to just kind of, again, see different options, get everybody to come in and give people, the opportunity to get some game action. Those who maybe on a normal night, like in a Cal Allen game, or, a high intensity game, may not get as many of those opportunities. So really get those younger kids in and try and get them some great looks, and get them, boost that confidence with them.
Absolutely. So again, Warrior fans and Lady Cherokee fans, the TM Lady Cherokees volleyball team starting off the district the way Coach Chapa wanted it, and that is 2-0. The next two games are at home. Hopefully, Coach, when you come on next Wednesday, we're
I know.
talking we're 4-0. But it's still a long ways to go. And
Hmm.
we talk a lot about the Cal Allen, I do, but really, it's not just about that game. There's some goals here to be said,
Hmm.
and the girls are trying to bring a district title back to TM, and then there's that goal of getting into the playoffs. So there's still a lot
Hmm.
of volleyball left to
Oh
play.
yeah,
We hope that Mel will recover here quickly. We'll have her. We know we won't
us
have her
too.
on Friday,
Yes,
but hopefully we'll have her next week back because she's such a important
huge,
part, like
huge
you talk,
part.
Coach,
Yes,
of what we do, and just that experience, not having that, really, really makes a big difference. So hopefully, we want to wish her well, and hopefully she'll be back on the court here real soon. But Coach, I want to wish you good luck. I wish I could be there. I can't be at this calendar game, but I will be at the next one. It's already marked on my
yes.
calendar. But I want to give you the final thought words. Anything you want to add here before we let you go?
No, I think come out, community, come out. It's always a fun night. It's homecoming week. We have the parade tonight. So it's just a lot of fun things to showcase our community and what, Tulsa Midway has to offer. There's a ton of stuff going on. So it'll be a fun, jam-packed night. Like you said, come out 5 o'clock, watch some great volleyball, then head out to the football game to get the action there. And hopefully us and football are coming home with the wins on homecoming. So that's what we're hoping for. We're hoping we're ending our homecoming week with two wins from us and the football program. So come
I'm
out,
definitely
support. Yeah.
I'm definitely. I'll be paying attention. I don't know if well, I know there's a Warner Nation stream. So if they have the
Yes.
game, I'll be watching. So I'll be watching. I'm sure that they're going to be
Yeah, it's
there.
live streamed. The game is live streamed on our school's Huddle account. So you just
Okay,
got to go to Huddle, type in Tulsa Midway, and it is live streamed through there. So
there
there
you
you
go.
go.
So
You
that
can
there
try
is
and
there
try
is
and
there.
watch us.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. So there is a way to scream at the TV. Coach won't be able to hear you,
Yes.
but you can scream at the TV. Come on, go.
We'll take all the
I don't.
screaming we can
Yeah,
get.
I don't know that you can see. I don't know if anybody could go to a game like this and just sit there quietly. If you can, kudos to you. I
Yeah.
know I couldn't. I'd be up on my feet yelling. That's just the type of fan that I am.
Yeah.
Coach, before I let you go, what does this Coach V talk to me a little bit about the parade? But what
Mhm.
exactly is involved in the parade? I mean, the volleyball girls, obviously. What does this parade consist of?
It's a big, big, big thing. It's been going on. I think it goes back to it started right after the year, and I'm going to age myself a little. Not that I'm that old, but I graduated high school in 2011, and I believe the parade started in 2012. And it's a big deal. It's grown so much over the years. They shut down all of like kind of the square around the school, all the different organizations and different things that Tuloso Midway have to offer, from Special Olympics to drum club to cardio kids to every sports program in our school to different community partners have a float, and it just really showcases what our community has to offer. It's fun. All the families come and they, already I can tell you, down Haven Street, down Mackenzie, there's chairs, there's people set up, marked their spot, ready
Wow.
to get, and then the night ends with the burning of the letters, and then all that fun stuff. So really just adding some festivities to the area, really showcasing, all of the great things that our school district has to offer. And it's just a fun event to get to finish the week with, and go into the homecoming game. So it's exciting and it's fun. It's a big deal. The community loves it. There's just people everywhere surrounding kind of the square around our school. So it's an awesome event. It's so well run by the people in our district, and it's awesome. We really love it, and it's such a fun tradition to have got to be a part of throughout the years.
Wow, what a great time for the community and the businesses to
Hmm.
really get involved in what the kids are
Hmm.
doing. That's awesome. Like I said, I've seen homecoming week is always big, but it seems like it's really big. A lot of things that go on from the start of the week to the end of the week, leading to
Oh yeah.
the football game. And this Friday, it's really good because, like I said, tomorrow you got a big volleyball game there that you can actually go through all the festivities. You got to
Yep.
save some energy. You can't let it all go on Tuesday and Wednesday. Have some fun, but save some energy to get to the volleyball game. Starts at 5 o'clock there. Lady Cherokees hosting the Lady Wildcats coming in. It's always going to be a good one. And then right after that, You can jump in and go watch the
Yep.
football game. It's there. So a lot of things going on tonight at Toloso Midway, the
Hmm.
Annabelle area. Also tomorrow, so definitely go in there and support our volleyball team and our football team. Coach, thank you very much. Good luck. And like I said, next
Thank
Wednesday
you.
when we talk, I hope we're talking 4-0. But either way,
Either, yeah,
we got a great team, and I hope that there's no more injuries
for
to the
sure.
Lady Cherokees,
Yes.
and we'll talk to you next Wednesday.
All right. Talk to you next Wednesday.
Thank you, Coach.